Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of TBR. I'm George Binns, and this evening we're going to talk with a lady who does lots of different things. She designs jewelry, she teaches voice, and she's a band leader. And welcome, Christine Lucas.
Thank you.
And
thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
To be here.
And we have a chance to hear you singing, so.
I can hear them buzzing. I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. What kind of hell person goes work in the morning, comes home in the evening, and has nothing left to say?
How long have you been running this band?
I have been, it's been my band, and I created it probably for about 15 years now.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, throughout the years, it's kind of changed. And it started with 2, and it was called Take 2. And then it just progressed to 3. And then it just started growing from 3 to 4 to 5, and now we're a 5-piece band.
Oh, wow.
But at any time, if depending on the venue, if they need like a duet or a trio or a jazz or a little bit more of like easy listening or a hard rock and roll, we can accommodate for any of those venues and for whatever style and genre that the venue's looking for.
So what kind of venues what the video showed you looked like a small restaurant or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do all different venues. Right now we'll do anything from like a restaurant bar, a lounge, cocktail session for a wedding, a duet at the Salem Waterfront Hotel, or we're going to be at the Beacon. So the Beacon's a restaurant bar, and that's in Marblehead. So we do a lot of different venues. Oh. So yes, primarily. And now we're going more towards like bigger venues, bigger stages, and so that's what we're working on right now.
Do you have any particular style of music that's really yours, or you just duplicate whatever they want?
No, primarily it's what we've practiced and what we like to do. So the genres that we usually do are classic rock, southern rock, pop, jazz, R&B, blues. So a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
well,
it's exciting.
Yeah. And you also teach voice, so how did you get into that? Or did that start first?
So, yes, I always wanted to be a singer. Since I was 5 years old, I knew I wanted to be a singer. And then from there, I was in different choruses at school, and someone saw me in the audience and said, you should take voice lessons. So I was taking voice lessons from the time I was 12. And then further schooling, I went to Boston Conservatory of Music in Boston.
Oh, wow.
And then from there, always performed. And then I decided right before COVID, I decided that I wanted to be a teacher and to give back my knowledge of singing, seeing that I've been taking lessons all my life, with different teachers and different genres. So I felt like it would be a really good thing to give back to, the people that have always wanted to sing And so I just felt like it was a really good thing to give back my knowledge
Yeah.
to people that really wanted to start singing, or they have auditions, or a lot of kids from high school and junior high school, they come to me when they already have like a part in a play, or they want to audition for a musical. I usually help them with that. You know, we'll prepare different songs for them to, you know, audition what's the best song for their voice. Or if they already have a part in a play or a musical, that I work with them in certain sections, that if it's a note that they can't hit, or it's too high or too low, I work with them on that.
Well, how do you fake it if they can't hit it?
Oh, they will.
Or do you just
After they do it with me, after they take lessons with me, they can hit it. They can hit the notes.
So you can stretch their range.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, actually, that's my specialty. I don't know where that came from, but I know how to widen people's ranges, whether it be in the low end or the higher end. So it's not. People think that it's just students that want to hit the higher notes, but it's not true. You also want to hit the lower notes too, in the lower register.
That sounds kind of amazing.
Yes.
You got a set of vocal cords you're born with, and
Yes.
they develop as you do,
Yes.
and they've got a certain range, I guess, that's
Yes.
inherent.
Yes.
And
Definitely.
I guess it's like any other thing. You want to get more muscular, you lift weights.
That's right. That's right.
So what's
exactly.
the equivalent to lifting weights with singing?
So how
extend your range.
yeah, so I always say the foundation of singing is always using your breath control. And it all comes from your diaphragm. And that's where it all starts. That's the foundation of singing, is your diaphragm and breath control. So I always teach my students, that's the very first technique that I teach them, is the breath control. And then from there, we start to go into vocalizing, so the different scales. So we go up and down the scales, and depending on what they need to work on, whether it's in the lower register or the higher register, I tailor and customize the lessons to what I feel is their strengths, but their weaknesses too. And then I just start working with them on their weaknesses. So from like the very first time that they come to me, I usually will, go through an exercise with them, and then I see where they are. And then from there, I'll build on that. And then at the end of the lessons, like the last 15 minutes of the lesson, we'll go through different songs that they want to work on. So if they're in a musical, we'll work on like one of the songs in the musical. If they're in a band and they want to audition for a band, we'll work on like the best songs for that student, for them to, so we can work on that certain song. And then also people always say that they always have in mind a song that they always wanted to sing that they couldn't sing. And then we'll work on that. We'll work on the different vocalizing exercises, and then from there, we start working on the song, and then we melt those together. So the song that they have and the exercises, we melt them together, and then all of a sudden they can sing the song.
Oh, wow.
After a few months, a couple months,
Yeah.
and then they'll start to hit notes that they never imagined that they could hit. And it's such a gratifying feeling when they do that. I get all excited, and I'm happier for them than.
Well,
for
they
me.
must be excited too. All of a sudden, I can do it. I
Yes.
can do it. You
Yes.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually kind of surprised sometimes. I love their reaction when they finally start to accomplish what they've always wanted to do, or they're accomplishing their goals, whatever goals they have.
Yeah.
They just, the smiles on their faces, it's just something that I can't even explain.
Yeah.
That it's very gratifying when they can reach their goals and sing notes that they never thought they could sing, and sing songs that they never imagined that they could sing. It just makes me feel so great.
Do you ever use any of them in your band?
I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, that's a really good song. I think I should add that to our song list.
Yeah.
Or I'll sing a song that I feel like, okay, this song would be really good for this student. So anytime I'm out and I'm listening to like I'm shopping in the supermarket or wherever I am, or just driving, I'll listen to like a song and I'll be like, oh, that song would be so great for that student.
Yeah.
So, when they come in, I said, okay, I have a good song for you, I think. So let's try it out. And if they like it, great. And if they don't really are crazy about it, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because they have to enjoy what they're singing
Yeah,
too.
it's got to be something personal to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's been a great experience. I've been teaching now for like 7 years, and not only am I teaching them, but also I'm getting a lot of information for myself too. So I feel like it's a give and take for both of us. So it's been really a nice experience, and I want to continue. It's so gratifying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, aside from all this, you have another artistic bent, jewelry, custom jewelry. And then you're wearing one of them. Right?
Yes.
And that's not the usual kind of stone. What is that?
So this stone is called the Larimar stone. It comes from the Dominican. I specialize in it. I don't have a particular store, but I have a website called Boston Designer Jewelry Imports. .com, and it's all online. But I ended up going to the Dominican for my cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
And it was a destination wedding, and I saw this stone that I thought looked like a turquoise, but quickly realized it wasn't. And they called it the island stone. They called it the Larimar, Larimar, Larimar.
Okay.
And it's an island stone. It's called a pectolite. It's like this brilliant blue, and they call it volcanic stone. It's the only place in the world where they mine this stone. They have duplications, in other countries, but the Dominican is where it's all, originated in the mines. And I fell in love with the stone, and I said, I just want to make something with the stone. I want to wear it. I want to be around it. So Boston Designer Jewelry specializes in the stone, and I custom make and design the pieces of jewelry. And the heart seems to really resonate. The heart pieces shaped resonates with me, but I carry all different shapes and sizes. Heart shapes, pear shapes, oval, circles.
It looks like a fairly hard stone.
Yes.
It has
it is.
It has a very nice sheen on it, which means it's been highly polished.
Yes. Yes.
So how do you get, I assume what you get is raw stone.
So I do not get the raw stone. Actually, with my vendors in the Dominican, I'll ask them, okay, I need some heart shapes, because heart shapes are very popular and people love them, especially when they see it on me.
Yeah.
They would like some,
That's advertising, yeah.
It's a very good advertisement.
Yeah.
But I don't really have to advertise too much because it kind of speaks for itself. The color of the stones are beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant blue. It reminds you of the tropical waters. And then from there, I only like to get like the brilliant blue. So I only get AAA grade, which is this type of blue, and even bluer, if you see on the pictures here.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant blue, reminds you of the ocean.
Yeah.
You can wear it in the summertime. People love to, buy it in the summertime, but I wear it all year long, so it doesn't, it doesn't have to be any season. Yeah, it's like you can wear it. I wear mine every day. I don't take mine off. It's supposedly supposed to be a healing stone. So every time I wear it, I feel so good, and especially when I'm wearing it when I'm singing.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel positive, and and the healing stone makes it really nice. So, it's just something that I like, and other people feel the same. My customers that have bought the stone and the necklaces, they all feel the same. They say it makes me feel so great when I wear it, and I was like, it's just it makes you feel good inside and out because it looks so beautiful.
Well, you say you get heart shape. Do they finish the stone there?
Yes.
And you get it completely finished.
Yes.
And
then I create pieces from it.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you create the setting for it.
Yes. Yeah, I create the settings for it. I tend to like, because the stone is so beautiful, you can see I don't have a lot of like the bezels that hold the stone because I really want it to be exposed.
Yeah.
As you can see here, there's no bezel.
Yeah.
It's more exposed, and
you-
a lot more people like that because it shows the purity of the stone.
So you just drill and tap a hole in it and
Yes.
screw a hook into it, essentially.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, the bail. Yes,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you attach the bail, and then from the bail, I like to put like a really pretty chain. So I feel like the chain and the pendant are part of the design,
Yeah.
as opposed to just a chain just to hold the pendant.
Yeah.
I try to make it part of the design, and
So-
people like it. They love it actually.
So you buy the chains
Yes,
separately.
I buy the chain separately.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
And so my vendors give me what I want, the different shapes and sizes,
Yeah.
and then I make the pieces. And then I also, if people want smaller ones, typically the smaller hearts are teenagers. They like to wear it, like
Yeah.
the teenagers and the younger adults.
yeah.
And then as they get older, they like the little chunkier, type of stones. Is what I'm wearing. So depending on if I'm going to be in a trade show, which because I do not have a storefront,
Yeah.
I usually will be in a trade show, or I create my own trade shows. In the winter with the Christmas Walk in Marblehead, I usually am inside the Masonic Hall, and the Marblehead Masonic Hall. So I'll have like a whole,
So
it's called the
you rent
Holiday
a-
Gift Expo.
You
So
rent a table there.
I have my own table, but I also represent, I have people that are also starting their own businesses. They also, they rent out the tables, and they can also present their own pieces, whatever pieces that they have.
So you
that are-
market their stuff too.
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have their own, and people that are walking in for the Christmas walk, they can buy whatever
yeah.
artist pieces that they have, whether it be pocketbooks or chocolates or whatever
Yeah.
art that they're also in. Yeah. So
So-
it's been wonderful.
So it gets to be an interesting predicament that, okay, you can buy all the bits and pieces
Mm-hmm.
and create a design that is your design
Yes.
from them.
Yes.
Like the earrings you're wearing are
Yes.
obviously not heart-shaped,
No.
but
No.
you create
It's an
all
emerald,
this stuff.
Yeah. Emerald cut with a pear shaped.
Yeah. And now you've got these designed. You don't have a storefront.
I do not. No.
The Christmas Walk at Marblehead, that's once a year.
Yes. I'm in other ones also, like probably about 3 a year. 3 different shows a year.
So it gets to the interesting predicament of, okay, you've got this product
Yes.
that you create,
Mm-hmm.
and the issue is, how do you get it to market? How do you get it sold?
Yes. Yes.
So what's your technique?
Yes. So when I started the business 7 years ago, really never really knowing, the challenges of that, and it's great that you mentioned that. Definitely, the marketing is so important. Social media. I've learned a lot in the marketing of digital marketing because of the website that I have. In order to attract customers to my website, you have to really advertise a lot in the digital marketing. So I use a lot of the social platforms, all the different social platforms, Facebook, Instagram, getting into Snapchat right now, LinkedIn, I guess they don't call it Twitter anymore, X,
Yeah.
So I do a lot of advertisement there, and just you have to continue advertising. The different shows you're in, the different specials that you have, just so people can get to know who you are.
Yeah.
And, I also, advertise organically on Google. So,
What does that mean?
Google. So when you go to search online, on the internet, they have a Google search
Yeah.
platform. So where a lot of people, they search for the different, say if they're looking for a Larimar jewelry,
Yeah.
they'll plug in Larimar jewelry, and then like I'll come up, or or locally,
Yeah.
and maybe across the nation too. It just depends on their words that they're using. So I tend to, on the Google platform, I tend to put the keywords. So when people are searching for me, that I pop up. Also the keywords on my website. So those are the different aspects of the digital marketing. So people can find me and go to my website. Is you have to use quite a few platforms for them to, it's called inbound marketing. So as soon as they know what they want, they search for it. My website pops up, or the Julie piece or the keyword pops up on the Google search, or it pops up on my social platforms, and then they see who I am, and then they go to the website. So it's quite an undertaking, but I've become very good at it.
Yeah, you
because of the jewelry.
Yeah.
And because of my my band, and I want people to come to see us.
Yeah.
I advertise that way through social media and also email marketing. So I use all different digital platforms, and email marketing tends to be a really great platform to get people to go onto your website, and also just from your social platform to go to the venues. So
do you
yeah, you
mean?
have to use everything, all different types of platforms.
Explain to me how you do an email marketing.
So I use MailChimp. MailChimp is a different type of email marketing platform. And from there, I'll advertise either my newsletter, that's the newsletter for either my band or the newsletter for my jewelry, for Boston Designer Jewelry Imports. And so just, if I have a new piece of jewelry, I'll send a newsletter, or if I have a show that I'm doing, I'll advertise that also on there, on the email marketing, or such as I'm going to be at the Beacon next Friday for my band, Christine Lucas Band. It's in Marblehead, the Beacon. So from there, I'll advertise in different platforms. I'll send out to my subscribers. I'll send out what I'm, who's going to be there, who's going to be in my band that night, what's going, who's going to be there, what's the venue like, what are we going to be singing, a little, if it's going to be rock or is it going to be blues, and then the time where we're going to be there on, and the date, the time, the venue, and what town. And then from there, I advertise that on everywhere, actually. On email marketing, I send it out to my subscribers. I text my friends. I text my fans. I use Eventbrite, Facebook marketing, Facebook, invites. It's a lot. Like, to get people to know who you are and where you are, you have to do a lot of promoting and a lot of digital advertisements, paper advertisements, flyers, posters. It's a lot.
Yeah. Well, that seems to be the challenge to any business.
Yes.
Is, okay, you can create something.
Yes.
And you may think it's great.
Yes.
But you got to get somebody else to think it's great and
Yes.
even to know about it,
Yes.
kind of thing. And
Yes.
by the way, do you get into TikTok yet?
Not yet, but it's coming. It's coming along.
You probably have to go quick because they're going to kill it. They're working on that. But
Yes.
you get in all these venues.
Yes.
The other part of the question I have is this stone that you have. I've never heard of the name before.
Yes.
And
Not a lot of people have,
exactly.
but it's coming into the North America
and
quickly, actually.
okay, it's one thing to be an early advisor of this, early distributor of it, but if you're so early that nobody knows about it, it never goes anywhere. And this hurdle in my mind of how do you get from something that is unique, it's gorgeous, but it's still unique that not too many people know about it unless they've also been to the Dominican Republic for a wedding or something.
Yes, it's
See the
true.
look.
Yes.
I guess the thing is still not clear in my mind is
Mm-hmm.
how do you get that first sale or group of sales?
Yeah.
And I guess it'd be one thing if you walked into a jewelry store downtown Boston and said, "Hey, here's my wares. This is what I make. Would you carry my line?"
Yes. Yes, you could do that.
You could do that. I can
Yes.
understand how that
Yes.
works.
Yes.
But
I've done that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
But how do you get it out there? How do you get it out there to the people?
especially
Yes.
trying to use essentially a system where somebody's got to type in,
Yes.
"I want a purple piece of
Yes.
jewelry or a blue
Yes.
piece of jewelry
Yes.
or something."
Yes. Well, when I started, I'm a type of person that I like, and business owner. I like to kind of be in the forefront. If I know there's too many people that are there are too many businesses that are already into it, I'm not so inclined to do that. I like to be, actually, I like anything that's new, up and coming. So I saw this stone, and because my family's in the business, I started. This is not something that I started. You know, the website I started, but and this carrying the stone, the Larimar stone, I started that too. But my family's always been in the jewelry business.
Okay.
My father started in downtown Boston in 333 Washington Street building, the Jewelers Building. And so I gained the knowledge there of the jewelry. And then from there, I just, decided to start my own. Now, when I went to the Dominican, I saw something that was really beautiful and different. And I thought, what a great thing for it to come into the United States. Come to find out that there were companies that were already carrying this stone, and they completely just specialize in it, such as I specialize in the Larimar stone, but I carry other pieces too, but
Yeah.
that's the one that I really concentrate on. So then from there, I just started just advertising, word of mouth, going to different shows, and just getting the word out. And then more and more people, as you know, in the past 7 years, it's become more popular now.
Yeah, and once you
because-
get started,
yes,
it starts to roll.
exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot more people are knowing more about that. So it's just, but it's still not super popular,
Yeah.
you know. So I like that.
It's got a panache to it all by
Exactly.
itself.
It definitely has its niche, for the people that like it.
Yeah. Well, it's been interesting, and we thank you very much for
Thank
joining us
you.
this evening.
Thank you. Thank you
And,
for inviting me here.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying with us tonight. And as usual, if you've got a comment, my email address is at the end of the credits. Send me a note. And if you want to sit at the table and discuss something, we can make that happen too. And stay tuned, and we'll be back later.